Good evening. For the record, Sandra Watts Kennedy, Stephen Foster Neighborhood Association, Incorporated. It's been a long time since residents have heard our city representatives address the issue of the ongoing contamination of the source of everyone's drinking water, the Floridan aquifer. Multiple government documents already note that dioxins, PAHs, and arsenic have and continue to percolate into the aquifer, which is the source of our drinking water, not just here in Gainesville and in Alachua County, but for all of North Central Florida. We all drink from this. These chemicals constantly drain into the aquifer via a natural creek system that directly receives discharges of toxic water from the Koppers Superfund Site. 8 years have passed since arsenic was discovered in the aquifer underneath the Koppers site in 2003 at 30 parts per billion. That's 3 times over the federal standard of 10 parts per billion. How much arsenic are we all drinking today? The LIT team has said the preferred remedy was to dig up and remove the contaminated layers on the Superfund site. That while the toxins cannot be completely removed, taking this action would at least prevent further poisoning of the drinking water source for all of the people of North Central Florida. Again, that's our Floridan aquifer. If everyone in Alachua County understood the danger that our precious and limited resource, our drinking water, is in, they would be storming city and county meetings in droves and demanding that our elected officials stop passing the buck and finally do your jobs. This is not old news. Stop repeating the nonsense that responsibility for the welfare of residents is out of your hands, and do be the leaders that residents thought they voted for. Commissioner Chase, I hope that you're strong enough to keep your word and that you'll work to provide the leadership and protection that we and all of North Central Florida's families need and preserve. Commissioner Botcher, now that you're here, I hope that you will take your responsibility seriously and that you have grown in judgment and in compassion since March of last year, when you heartlessly told residents whose lives and health have been damaged, in far too many cases beyond repair.
Ms. Watts Kennedy, if you would just please direct your comments to the chair. Excuse me, I'm the one that's chairing.
By Koppers toxic emissions to get out. Excuse me, I lost my space due to the interruption. And went by Koppers toxic emissions to get out there with a shovel and clean up Koppers themselves. Residents found this complete disregard for their ongoing pain callous and demeaning, and we do pay our taxes, or we wouldn't have been homeowners in the first place. I hope you didn't mean to suggest that citizens do not have the right to express disagreement with City Commission decisions. Finally, Mayor Lowe, it should be beneath a person in your office to accuse a citizen commenting at a public meeting, as you did in March of this year, of lying. If you still doubt my veracity, I have a copy in hand of Ms. Botcher's letter in hand tonight. As mayor, you should be setting an example of leadership and looking out for the well-being of city residents, not tossing accusations at residents who come before you seeking much needed and lacking protection. Thank you for listening.
Next speaker,
Maria Parsons.